Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I want to say a big thank you to those that subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. This video is a chit chat video on how God paid my university fees, so let's get straight into it. Alright, so when I was in Ireland, my first degree, I was doing international hospitality and tourism management. The original plan was for me to do event management, but when I was in secondary school, I didn't get enough points to do it. So my career teacher told me that I should go ahead and do hospitality and tourism, and somehow along the line that I might be able to transfer and do event management. But when I got to my second year, I realized that event management and hospitality and tourism don't really have much in common, and they weren't linked, so therefore I could not transfer, so I had to stick with it. So when I got to my third year and I was about to do my exams, like about 5 months before my exams, I remember I was standing in the middle of my college, in the middle of uni, and I was like to myself, you know, do I actually see myself doing this on a long term? Like, do I see myself doing this job for the rest of my life? And I said to myself, I said, nah, I don't really see myself doing this. So after that day, I decided to start praying to God for God to show me what He's called me to do. And I started praying about it. But at the same time, my dad was like, you know, you've come too far to give up right now, that you might as well just finish this course. And I was thinking about it, and I said to myself, yeah, I mean, this is the third year. I might as well do the exam, get it over with, and then pursue something else. So when I got to the third year, I owed about 4,490 euros, because I was in Ireland at the time. And I had no way, there was no way for me to pay that money. There was no way for my parents to pay that money, and therefore I had to go into the registration office and tell them to postpone my exams till summer until I can find a way to pay my uni fees. So me and my parents were discussing, you know, how are we going to go about it, and I didn't want to borrow huge money from the bank. Like, I'm too young to be putting myself into a whole bunch of debt. So I started praying to God about it, praying to God about purpose and all of that. And in the midst of that, before, like a few days before my 21st birthday, God just showed up and He told me that, look, you're a graduate now, okay? You've graduated from that course, and this is what I've called you to do. So I woke up and I said to myself, okay, if God is saying that I've graduated from this course, that means I've passed. That means God is going to make a way for me to be able to do this exam. So I was expecting some kind of money to come into my bank account, or someone to give me money, or I don't know. I was just expecting money to come from somewhere, since I've heard God say that I am already a graduate. So after I heard God say that, I was, you know, studying for my exams, and you know, it was summertime now, so everyone in uni was done with their exams, but I'm still studying because I've postponed mine till summer. So as I was studying and I was contacting lecturers and everything, I went back to my uni, to the registration office, to see if there was a way they can, if they can do something for me, since God has told me that I was a graduate. So I went into the office, and there was this bald guy who's like in charge of the uni fees, and he told me that, you know, you're not doing your exams until your fees are paid. It's illegal for you to be in the uni premises because you haven't paid your exam. You're not even registered in the uni. You're not registered for your third year because you still owe fees from the previous year. And he just kept giving out to me, yelling at me. So I came out of that office and I was disappointed, and I was like, God, you told me that I'm a graduate, you know, that means I'm going to get this exam done, but I walk into this uni now and they're telling me that I can't do this exam until my fees are paid, and there is no way for me to pay this fee. So I kept studying, you know, I was contacting lecturers. What should I look for? What should I study for? You know, what should I be looking out for in the exam? And, you know, they were meeting up with me, telling me to study this, telling me to study that. Back then, the faith that I had back then was really strong. And I think it was strong because I heard God say something about the situation. So I just said, you know what, if God said it, God's going to do it. And my mom was like, don't worry about it. If God has said it, somehow, some way, God's going to do it. Just keep studying. So I kept studying. A month later, I was still studying. 2 months gone by, I was still studying. So the third month came, which was August. And a day before my exams, I walk into the uni building to see if they will let me do this exam again. And I remember my heart was beating. I was like, God, before I walk into this building, yeah, remember you told me that I was going to be a graduate. please God, make a way for me. Please just make a way for me. So I walked into the registration office, and I noticed that the bald guy wasn't even there. So a lady just came out to me. She was like, oh, is your name Dami? And I was like, yeah, my name is Dami. She's like, oh, yeah, don't worry, I'll get you your card and I'll get you all the papers to fill out, everything you need to fill out, and you can go ahead and do your exam. And I was like, okay, what about the bald guy that's in charge of the fees? And she was like, oh, he's sick, he's not in today. And in my heart I was like, God, I thank you, because if that bald guy was there, there would be no way I would get that exam done. So when she told me that he was sick and he wasn't in, she started, printing out my card, getting all the documents. I was signing all the stuff and everything. She gave me my card and she was like, go ahead, go prepare for your exam. So I went downstairs to, charge my card so I can be able to print out stuff. Next thing you know, my card is not working. The machine is having a bit of a problem. I was like, God, what type of problem is this? Like, I just got my card. I don't want this woman to come back and find me and then realize that I owe £4,000. Like, God, help me. And the woman came down and she looked at me again. She was like, what's the problem? What's wrong with your card? And I said, I don't know, the card's not working. I'm trying to top it up. She was like, okay, I'll give it to someone to fix it for you. And, congratulations to your exam. I hope you do well, this and that. So they fixed my card, and that was how I escaped paying 4,490 euros at the time. But the reason why I'm sharing this testimony with you guys is that some of you, God has told you something and you're wondering how is God going to do it. You're trying to predict how God is going to do it. You're trying to help God out. And one thing you've got to realize, that if God has said yes, if God has said it, he's going to do it. It's not your job to know how he's going to do it. You just need to believe. That's all he wants you to do. He wants you to believe. He wants you to have faith that he's going to do it. The important thing, I believe, is that you need to hear something about that situation. The reason why my faith was so strong back then was because I heard a word concerning that situation. The way I was studying back then, you would think that I have 4,000 in my bank account. And the only reason my faith was really, really strong was because God had said something about it. And God just told me that, look, you're a graduate. God didn't tell me how he was going to do it. Even though I thought that God was going to put money into my bank account, instead, God just made sure that the bald guy was sick and he wasn't in that day. And that was how I got it done. And just a side note for some of you who work in offices and all of that, don't be too strict. Don't be too harsh, okay? Because you don't know who's praying for you to be sick. You don't know who's praying for you not to come back again. You don't know who's praying for you to die. I didn't pray for that bald guy to be sick. I didn't pray for that bald guy to die. I wasn't even thinking about that bald guy. But I just knew that he was like a barrier for me to move forward and get the exam done, even though he was doing his job. But I felt like he could have made some kind of agreement with me on how to go about it. But yeah, I just wanted to share this so it can boost your faith. One thing is to come out here and to preach to you guys and to tell you this and to tell you that, but I feel like it's really, really important for you to tell people what God is doing in your life, so people can see that, yeah, she's serving a big God, and that way it can boost your own faith. So I hope this video has helped you out. Please do comment below if there's anything you want me to do a video on. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and also I have an email where you can email me. And until my next video, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.